You might be carrying a weight so heavy that it feels like the world is pressing down on you. Every day can feel like a battle you didn't ask for, but God sees everything. He notices every tear, every whispered prayer, every silent cry in the night. He sees your struggle even when others do not. Life may have let you down, but God has not. The struggles you face are not punishment. They are preparation. God uses the battles that feel unbearable to shape your strength and character. He is preparing you for a purpose bigger than you can imagine. The pain you feel is temporary, but the lessons it teaches last forever. Every trial has meaning, even if it is hidden from your view. Sometimes the world seems against you, and it might even feel like God has forgotten you. But He is working behind the scenes, arranging the events of your life. Every moment of difficulty is a moment preparing you for your breakthrough. Struggle brings growth. Struggle builds resilience. You cannot experience true joy without passing through valleys first. God sees the growth in you. Even when the world only sees your pain, He knows your limits and how to stretch you without breaking you. Do not let your current struggle convince you the story is over. This is only a chapter, not the whole book. God sees the coming chapters. He sees your faith, patience, and perseverance, and He is preparing the stage for what comes next. Your eyes may be filled with tears, your heart heavy with worry, but God sees beyond your current state. He sees who you are becoming. He sees the faith forming inside you. He sees the victory being quietly, patiently, and powerfully built. Every struggle has a purpose. Every hardship is a stepping stone. Even in your weakest moments, God surrounds you. He is not absent. He is working. He sees you, He hears you, and He will provide a way you cannot imagine. Life may not always make sense. You ask questions without answers, pray for solutions that don't come quickly, and wonder why you feel stuck. Faith is trusting when you don't understand. Trust is believing in the invisible plan even when your eyes see problems. God's ways are higher than ours. What seems delayed may be perfectly timed. He is arranging everything for your benefit. You don't need to understand the method. Your job is to trust and take steps forward even when the path is unclear. The human mind wants control, but God wants surrender. Stop trying to force outcomes with your own hands. Your understanding is limited, but His is infinite. He is not confused, and He is never late. Trust is the bridge between your doubt and God's provision. When trials come, your instinct is to panic and fix it now. But faith teaches patience, endurance, and resilience. It asks you to move forward even when the way is unclear. Every step in faith opens doors logic alone cannot unlock. Trust calms your heart, steadies your mind, and strengthens your spirit. It allows you to focus on what you can control, your faith, your actions, and your prayers. God will handle the rest. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. Trust beyond understanding requires letting go of fear. Fear thrives in the unknown, but faith grows in uncertainty. When you choose faith over fear, you invite God's provision into your life. You invite miracles, guidance, and opportunities only He can orchestrate. Faith is active, not passive. It is showing up when you don't see the end. It is stepping forward confidently because God has already planned the way. When you trust fully, you position yourself to receive the breakthroughs already on the way. Impatience can cost more than waiting ever could. You want the breakthrough now, but God has perfect timing. He knows the exact moment to open doors. Sometimes delays are not denials. They are preparation. His timing is flawless. He is never early, never late. Life may tempt you to feel behind while seeing others succeed, but comparison steals joy. God's plan for you is unique, and His timing cannot be rushed. Waiting builds anticipation, patience, and readiness. The delay is intentional. Every moment of waiting shapes the perfect timing of your life. Faith is powerful. It moves mountains, parts waters, and opens impossible doors. Your circumstances may seem overwhelming, but God specializes in the impossible. You may feel stuck or defeated, but faith turns obstacles into stepping stones. The bigger the challenge, the greater the opportunity for God to show His power. Nothing is too hard for Him. Mountains exist to be moved by those who believe. Faith begins in the mind. It is believing that God is at work even when you cannot see it. Your resources may seem few, but faith tells your heart, this is not the end. God will provide a way. Faith grows through persistence. It is daily belief, daily action, daily trust. Every step strengthens your connection to God's plan. Faith silences fear, creates courage, and generates resilience. Mountains cannot stand against a heart fully surrendered to God. Faith demands courage. The courage to act even when situations seem hopeless. The courage to keep believing when the world says no. And the courage to trust in God's unseen work. Each act of faith brings you closer to breakthrough. When combined with action, faith becomes a catalyst for God's provision. Mountains move, doors open, and paths appear. Faith is not optional. It powers your journey to victory. God often provides in ways you do not expect. Solutions come from strangers, coincidences, or events you never imagined. Expect miracles, but do not limit them to your plans. The answers may surprise you, but they will be exactly what you need. God's ways are higher than yours, and His timing is perfect. Closed doors may redirect you to greater opportunities. Life often teaches lessons in disguise. The unexpected can bring blessings beyond your comprehension. Worry is heavy, but holding on to it only makes it heavier. Fretting steals energy from the blessings God is preparing. Worry magnifies obstacles and clouds judgment. Letting go of worry is an action, not just a thought. Prayer is your strongest tool. It is where surrender meets trust. When you hand your burdens to God, you are not weak. You are wise. Faith is strengthened the moment you stop trying to control outcomes. Worry is mistrust. Faith is trust. Letting go of worry allows God's power to move. Sometimes God's provision is not removing the problem, but giving you strength to endure it. He equips you with resilience, courage, and determination you did not know you had. Strength becomes your bridge over every difficulty. If God gave everything without building your capacity first, you might crumble. Strength comes first, preparation comes first, and God's wisdom always comes before provision. Every trial is training. Every struggle molds you. Your past does not define your future. Mistakes, failures, and pain are classrooms, not prisons. God sees you as a work in progress, capable of greatness. Every stumble, failure, or heartbreak is a stepping stone toward your purpose. God can rewrite your story. What seems like an ending can become a new beginning. Stop letting shame and guilt dictate your decisions. When you focus on your potential rather than your past, you open the door for God's provision. Perseverance bridges struggle and breakthrough. Without it, potential is wasted, dreams are abandoned, and God's provision remains unrealized. Perseverance is purposeful, moving forward even when the path is unclear. Each step of determination brings you closer to God's promises. Many give up too soon. Those who persevere experience breakthroughs others can only dream of. Perseverance teaches patience, builds resilience, and aligns you with God's timing. Your words carry power. Speaking what you believe is a spiritual practice that aligns your heart, mind, and spirit with God's plan. Faith without confession is incomplete. When you verbalize belief, you bridge the gap between faith and reality. Speak boldly. Speak with clarity. Speak as if God's provision is already on the way. Consistency matters. Daily declarations create momentum for miracles. People may disappoint you. Friends may fail. Colleagues may betray, and opportunities may vanish. Relying solely on people is risky. God is perfect and never fails. Learning to trust Him above all else gives unshakable faith. Dependence on people can delay blessings. Dependence on God accelerates them. Trusting God first protects your heart and positions you for miracles. Weaknesses are opportunities. Flaws, limitations, and struggles are stages where God's strength shines. When you feel powerless, God's power manifests through you. Your weaknesses are not setbacks. They are opportunities for miracles. Leaning on God makes you stronger. Weakness teaches humility, reliance, and perseverance. Surrendering weaknesses invites divine power, turning obstacles into testimony and limitation into strength. Prayer is your lifeline. It connects you to God's wisdom, guidance, and provision. Prayer is active, not passive. It aligns you with God's plan, strengthens faith, and builds resilience. Speaking your needs aloud transforms worry into trust, doubt into confidence, and inaction into purposeful steps. Prayer is accessible anytime, anywhere, and it keeps you aligned with God's perfect plan. Obstacles are disguised opportunities. Challenges push you to grow, innovate, and rely on God's wisdom. What seems like a dead end may be a gateway to your breakthrough. How you respond determines the outcome. Obstacles reveal hidden resources, connect you to people and ideas, and prepare you for divine provision. Life's difficulties become stepping stones when faced with faith. Expect abundance. God's provision is limitless. Scarcity thinking keeps you stuck. Abundance thinking propels you forward. Gratitude amplifies abundance, shifting focus from lack to plenty. Expect abundance in finances, relationships, health, opportunities, and peace. When your heart is open, miracles and resources flow in alignment with God's plan. Gratitude strengthens faith, resilience, and recognition of God's active hand. God always provides a way. Life may close doors and delay answers, but His power is limitless. Trust in His plan, persevere, act, and align with His timing. Obstacles become opportunities. Weakness becomes strength. Delay becomes preparation. And provision becomes inevitable. God is actively making a path for you. His timing may be mysterious, but it is perfect. Walk boldly into the life He has prepared.